YouTube. How's it going? Dylan here, and it's Justice League 51. Because I said I was gonna, do this until till the next issue, till 52, and then I might keep it going depending on how the Rebirth issue goes. I might, keep the Justice League in a regular rotation. Who knows? We will see, though. But I'm bringing you this, and all of DC, a lot of DC books are very DC Rebirth oriented. Like, it's like story, like character, DC Rebirth. And like, it's very influenced by that. So, I'm not... Alright, so it starts off with the first time the Justice League fight. Like, this whole story happens in the past. Because it opens with a brief, talking about the first time the Justice League fought Darkseid. Pushed him back through the boom tube, they closed him, they saved the world. There's a narrator who makes it seem like he is looking from somewhere else. Also, we cut to 6 months after they defeat Darkseid, so the first time. So, like, it's still in the past from the Darkseid War, so we're not seeing the fallout of, like, everything being wrapped up from that. And it's the League. It cuts to the Watchtower. Batman has brought Batman has brought Robin, like Dick, with him to the Watchtower to meet the League. And they kind of give Batman / Robin a hard time, and then it's like, oh yeah, we're here because there's a crisis, so let's deal with that. And like, it's kind of funny because like the crises are like some weather, weird objects, and fish raining from the sky. And Flash looks at Aquaman, and Aquaman's like, dude, no, don't look at me, it's not me, shut up, fuck you for even saying anything. So Batman's like, alright, so those are weird things, but why is this a crisis? And it's like, oh yeah, because of what Superman's fighting. And so they're like, oh, we should go give him a hand. And they're like mechanical biodog things that for whatever reason Green Lantern can't touch. And he's kind of pissed about it. And like, this like fight scene, I didn't read anything of the New 52 other than, as far as Justice League goes, other than the Darkseid War. So I didn't get the whole like New 52 Superman is a dick, but you get it here. Because like, Hal's like, alright, I'm gonna help, I can do things, and it's like, oh, his ring is useless. And Superman's just like, you were saying, like, really condescendingly. Such a fucking asshole. So they're like, what do we do? And Batman's just like, we hit him really hard. And just like punches one square in the jaw, and they're like, oh, alright, cool. And Robin's like there and like helping and doing a good job. And then all of a sudden, Mammoth shows up. And they're like, oh shit, what the fuck? And Batman just is kind of like, alright, look, Robin, back up, please. Be safe. And Robin like sees someone else, so he goes and confronts him, gets his ass handed to him. The League, he gets saved. Like, this whole issue is really cool because him and Cyborg have this nice rapport. Like, they're friends, and I wish that Cyborg wasn't a member of the Justice League and he was a Teen Titan, so him and Dick and the rest of the Teen Titans could be friends. Because in Teen Titans, in Titans, we wouldn't need Lilith. We could have Cyborg instead. Don't like Lilith. Sorry I'm gonna apologize to the Lilith fans. I don't like her. For Cyborg. And also on that note, I'd prefer Raven too, but she's a Teen Titan and not just a Titan for whatever reason. I don't like the way they decided to divide the teams. So then Robin confronts that guy, and he gets saved. Him and Cyborg have this really cool conversation, and then Green Lantern's like, "All right, what's going on? You saw him. What's up?" And Robin, because it's Dick, and Dick's also a really good detective, is like, "All right, so this happened. So these things are happening. They're not connected. They're just happening at the same time by chance. Just like things in he's like, it happens in Gotham all the time. Multiple villains attack and they're not connected. It's just Gotham." So then they're like, they figure out that they're showing up because of dimensional rifts in time. They're like, space-time is broken, and partially because of what we did when we first beat Darkseid and pushed him through the boom tubes and closed them shut. We shattered space-time when we closed the boom tube so hard. And we see the creepy narrator again, and he keeps calling this Earth Prime, and he keeps talking about how they're Bright Ones and God Slayers, referring to the Justice League. So they figure that out. Cyborg's like, "All right, I have a plan." The mysterious guy that Robin attacked, turns out he's a scientist, and he's actually kind of here to help. So Cyborg's like, "All right, I think I can He's like, "I think I can stop this. I'm gonna need some extra power." So Green Lantern charges him, and then boom, creates a giant boom tube that goes outwards, and then sucks everything that doesn't belong there back in, sends him away. Like, "Alright, cool, job done. Awesome." So then they start saying their goodbyes. They're like, "Nice to meet you, Robin. It was really cool working with you. Good job on your deducting skills." And he has another quick, cool little conversation with Cyborg, and he's just like, Robin's like, "Alright, that was really cool, but why'd you bring me?" And Batman was like, "Because I wanted you to get to know them, because one day you'll be in the League. And I need you to, to know what's going on." And Robin's like, "I'm going to be in the Justice League?" And Batman's like, "No, you're going to lead the Justice League." And in that whole, and while that's happening, the narrator's like, "I can't fight the Justice League, but I need to get a foothold somewhere in something." And he's like, "I'm going to start with Robin." And so yeah, that's Justice League 51. It's very Rebirth oriented, because at the very bottom it says continued in Titans Rebirth #1, which you kind of have to read Flash Rebirth #1. I mean, you don't have to, but it kind of answers a couple questions and stuff, and it very much sets up for the continuing Flash series. But it more or less, it tells you why Wally has a new costume, is what Flash Rebirth does. Which I was led to believe that, you might actually have to read Flash #1 or Flash Rebirth to understand Titans Rebirth. You don't. It's cool to, read it, because it kind of gives you the transition of, what's happening currently in the the DC universe, and, why Wally just kind of, in Titans Rebirth, just randomly showed up at where the Titans are hiding out at. Or, not hiding out at, but, is their current base of operations. And all that happens there is, Wally kind of gains the ability to spark everyone's memory of him again. And all the Teen Titans are the Titans are like, "Oh, we remember you. We remember stupid things. Not why we forgot you, but we remember, cool, stupid memories we had, and why we loved you, and why you were our friend." So that's what that issue is. And also there was a death in a big death in the DC community. Darwin Cook, he drew a lot of really cool comics and stuff like that. A bunch of awesome one-shots, specifically Justice League Frontier. or is it DC Frontier? I don't exactly remember, but I've watched the animated short. I would like to read it, just money and time. And so at the end, it looks like at the end of all the DC books at the moment, there's a splash page of his drawing, like his Justice League. It looks very much like the Frontier stuff, and it's really cool, and it's really sweet. And there's also a quote from Jack Kirby, "Our dreams make us large." So, really cool thing. It's at the end of, like, most of the DC books. And yeah. So, Justice League 51 is more of a rebirth-oriented story, not like... It's not the new story of what's happening with the Justice League, or what currently just happened to the Justice League. But yeah, it was really cool. It was a really fun story. And I think I liked it the most because, like, it mixed, like kind of the Teen Titans. It gave me a nostalgia feel in, like, from the Teen Titans cartoon because of Robin and Cyborg working together again. And it's really cool. And I'd like to see that in the future of the DC Universe. Like, that happen again. Because I really like the old New Teen Titans run. I am currently reading the 4th volume of the collected trade of the New Teen Titans, the original team. Like, the team that the cartoon was more or less based off of. Sans a few characters. Sans a few, like, important characters the original cartoon left out. But that's that's neither here nor there. That's not what we're talking about. This was about Justice League 51. It was a really cool story, really fun. It was a nice little setup. And I hope it actually has something to do with Rebirth. So it's not just like a, hey, and this happened kind of thing. I hope it seems like it's very important because of the narrator and stuff. So... Oh, also in Flash Rebirth, real quick, it clears up a couple things. It clears up from Rebirth that when Wally leaves the Batcave, the lightning bolt that strikes is what puts the comedian pin in the wall. So the comedian pin multi-dimensional traveled, essentially, from the Watchmen universe to end up in the wall. And, yeah, I think that's the biggest clarification it has. But it also says, makes clear that Batman is trying to figure this out, and so is Wally West. Well, obviously, so is Wally, but so is, Barry Allen. The three of them are not working together, but collectively just kind of like, we know there's a problem, we know something's going to happen, and we're working on it. So yeah, really kind of sets up really furthers the DC Rebirth story, which is still really unclear as to exactly what's going on. But hey, should be fun. So, if you would like to read the story yourself, DC Comics X, DC Comics app, Comixology, or your local comic book store. Also, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment on the video, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.